Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Tales of the Skytorn here on the Player Hater Gaming channel. My name is Brandon Ross. I am your host and storyteller tonight for our campaign here on Wednesday nights. And surrounding me and above me, where they should be, is my fantastic table. Over some virtual tabletops and some crazy software designs, we come together to play Dungeons and Dragons. Hi, everybody.
Hello.
Hiyo.
Evening.
Happy belated birthday to the player of Red.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. Any other birthdays coming up soon? Who else is coming up soon? Who's next?
Mine is until May. So.
Hey, got it. Doctor?
Mine's already passed.
Yours passed. All right. Drakix.
Mine's gone.
Shit.
Yeah.
I will track these down.
Mine was back in January.
Listen, one person knows it, and
That's right.
we'll
We both in
share it.
January. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, before we get into tonight's episode, we're going to go through a couple quick announcements. Of course, obviously the huge push here is because it's new, it's fancy, it's shiny. Our Patreon, we have things on it, and they're amazing. We have our homebrew item, we have a homebrew monster, we have an NPC for you that has a stat block and quirks and twists and things like that. We have map for you. We have an entire one-shot. Can't get any better. I mean, honestly, I'm pretty proud of my Patreon team. They really knocked it out the park, and I can't wait to see what else they do. So if you want to get on that action, hop over to our Patreon. Sign up for it. Give us a hand knocking out some expenses so we can get better stuff for everybody here and have more streams and do more fun stuff. If you like what you see here tonight, a little more serious notes, feel free to check out our Sunday game where most of our Twisted Perceptions crew has been hanging out for now. Soon they'll be integrated across various shows across the world. And then
That doesn't scare me at all in the slightest.
I get reeled back into reality. Like, Brandon, you're going off the deep end again. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, if you have fun here and you like watching this show, go to the Sunday night show and check it out. I'm currently a player there for now, and we will see how it goes. We have huge news. One of our individuals, we're going to kind of keep a little more private because I do like to keep our private lives private. They are going to be able to go home soon. So the recovery has been fantastic.
Actually, they are home.
They are home now. Hot news update. They are home. Breaking news. This just in.
Actually, no, technically it is just in because it happened today. But,
yes.
you know.
There you go. This just in. So we thank you all so very much for your thoughts, your wishes, and your prayers. And we will keep you updated as best we can. They're doing fantastic from what I can tell, and they're just looking forward to really getting back into it. So we'll look to see what great things they bring once they come back in full time. Beyond from that, if you enjoy playing this game, not just watching it, which I'm pretty sure everyone who watches it loves to play it, you should check out one of our Discord servers. And for that, I will pass it off to David. David, if you would, please introduce them to the world of the other Discord server we have.
Hi, welcome. Our usual spiel. So the other server is called the Sheermill, Land of Prosperity. It is the Discord server based off of our Sunday stream, about 10,000 years in the future. You could actually interact with a couple of the descendants of the characters. You're also looking at possibly running into quests that any of the QMs, as we're called, would run, which means that at one point you may actually be in a quest that I run, which I will pray for your mind if you do. But other side of that, if you want to learn, if you just want to have fun, relax, there's a ton of people in there. Last count I saw was about 250, I think pushing 300 at this point. Don't quote me on that. I haven't looked at the numbers. But
That's
yeah, we'll
honestly
teach you. We'll make sure the fact that you have fun, and always it's a blast.
That's huge key points. Thank you. Especially as having fun and learning to play the game. That's definitely the biggest thing in my heart, is just making sure people have the fun and they understand the basic mechanics. Once you know that, the sky is the limit with your imagination. Just go have fun with it. Beyond from that, is there any other announcements to be made? Don't believe so. Okay.
Do we have a word on progress for the Patreon D&D table?
the Patreon D&D table will be uploaded bi-weekly on Fridays. So starting this Friday, you will be able to listen in as the Doctor, who is played by Rot, takes up the DM chair. Not new to this role by any means, but certainly new to the table he's forced to deal with.
I feel so bad for everybody already.
You should have
Well,
seen
no. I feel bad for Rots.
Just
And I don't even know who's at the table.
Episode 2 will explain everything for you guys.
Everything. Oh my gosh. Bananas. But yes, that is a fantastic project we'll be having. And we also are working on another Patreon campaign, which will be released at a later date, DM'd by our very own Ford. All right, that's out the way. Looks like Drakix could use some help dice, so I've got those open back up. So if you have those channel points, feel free to give him some. Our players can hold 3 total. They get to add a 1d4 to any d20 roll that involves their character. And beyond from that, I wanted to do something a little bit different, and hopefully this turns out to be something a little bit fun tonight. I think I've done this in the past. I don't exactly remember, but I'm just going to go around the table, and I'm going to go reverse order this time. I'm going to start from right, go left, and I would like each of you to just give me like a 30, 45-second recap from the perspective and the knowledge of your character. So,
Well,
Doctor, you're first.
Well, from my perspective, Doctor
Which is going to be great because some of you are like, some are confined, some went and did this, some went and did that. So I was like, I want to see what their characters feel like they should know.
Well, from the Doctor's perspective, he spent his entire last session confined to the infirmary. He made himself a homebrew healing potion, as well as working on researching for just getting more knowledge in general from the Dr. Standard's notes about herbs that he may not be familiar with. The biggest thing the Doctor is aware of from the party side of things is Drakix is investigating a crate that had a language I didn't know written on it, as well as toward the end, Eva pulled both me and Drakix into her dream walking. And the Doctor assumed it was just a simple dream of someone else that we were pulled into, not realizing that this, in fact, was not the case. and the session with him brewing coffee, expecting Drakix and Eva to come talk to him.
Okay, Miss Eva.
Dear God. Oblivious to some other shenanigans that went on around the ship most of the time, she completed a few watch duties on the off shift of Red until we got another crewmate. So now we only have to do 6-hour shifts.
Yeah, because one did come in last minute, and then during the mail there was a crew exchange in sorts.
So Eva decided to go sleep, happened to align with finally the rest of the group having their sleep schedule, and got yoinked into a dream that she's somewhat familiar with until she realized she could control an aspect of it and dream warped herself, Drac, and the Doctor to a location she was unfamiliar with, but to a person she was familiar with.
That was a
And
very
upon
good roll you pulled
confronting-
off on that check.
That was a 91 on a D100.
Yeah, that's good.
Upon confronting this person that she was familiar with, he told her to learn how to walk and then expelled them all from the dream. And that was when everyone woke up and Eva said, okay, I gotta explain some shit now.
Okay, Drakix.
First reactions: fuck, shit, fuck. We investigated the crates. Red decided to touch over it. We realized there was a spell on it. We ran the fuck away. Try to play the "it wasn't me, I've been here the entire time" card. Nobody came after us.
Mhm.
Went back upstairs, try to take a look. Considering possibly unaliving people? Yes. Not doing it yet though. Also, really weird dream with everybody else, and mostly,
Oh, not everybody else.
well, except for you. Um, ghostly apparitions, and then waking the fuck up at one point and just be like, "What the fuck is going on?" And yeah, that's pretty much about it.
Okay. And red.
Pretty much the exact same as Drakix. Found Elvish on the container. Only got part of it. Set off a trap, ran upstairs, or to the sleeping quarters, and then that was it.
You didn't get dragged into the cool dream world.
Nope, it did not.
That's okay. As Doctor has already stated, he would be awake. When he woke, he would just start making coffee and pretty much just be ready when everybody in his thought process inevitably shows up. The three of you, excuse me, Trakix and Eva, the two of you wake up at the exact same time. Both of you like in that half sit up, gasping for air, as if you just got kicked hard in the chest after being
Mm-hmm.
expunged from whatever dream realm you were just in. Red, I don't know if you see yourself as a late sleeper, early riser.
She's generally an early riser.
And as you are awake and just kind of sitting on the side of your bed, the three of you had secured off like 4 bunk beds close to each other. So as you're there, just kind of getting dressed, getting ready, you're probably like lacing up one of your boots. You kind of hear simultaneously this deep inhale of Drakix and Eva at the same exact time.
He just at that point just goes like, "What the fuck was that?"
I couldn't even begin to tell you. Well, I can, but that was different.
Okay. It's okay. Stories, rumors. Was not expecting to see the clouded dead, but okay then. Wait, what do you mean by you could tell me? Huh? What? Why?
I probably need to explain to Doc as well, so just since he's stuck in his infirmary, um, just just come, just come. Well,
Okay.
Oh, what's all the fuss? Do I need to go too?
oh, you're awake.
Right.
You can if you'd like. I was gonna let you sleep because I know you have a watch soon. It's up to
It
you.
is what it is. I'll go.
Then I will lead the 3 of them to the dock.
Okay. Doctor, as you are preparing the coffee, you set out your 3 extra mugs. You get them all filled with coffee. I would
I
say
just unlocked the door.
with your intelligence level, you know kind of how they like their coffee, so you have it
This isn't the first time I've made it for
mostly ready
everyone.
for them.
Yeah. This
But-
is the first time Doctor has served coffee to the group.
That's true.
Mhm.
So the door is unlocked. As you approach, who would test the door?
Drac probably.
So you would know the last time you tried this door, it was locked. You had the knock. You grab
He
it.
still tries to nub anyway first.
Oh yeah, you grab it and you're like, and like you get that quarter turn. You're like, oh, I should knock first, and then the door opens. Like, oh, what? Wait, huh?
Yeah, he's just like, that's a little bit weird. Okay.
And then almost
It was like-
immediately, the smell of fresh brewed, delicious coffee hits your nostrils.
Like for a minute, everybody could see like his face just like droops a little bit. His eyes get a little bit hazy. Coffee. And he just starts to walk inside.
Okay. All of you head inside. Close door behind you.
I would tell them whoever's last to lock the door behind them.
Oh, Red will be last in. She'll lock the door.
Okay.
For note, the doctor does not have his mask on.
Okay.
Is your friend Stannard here?
He has been sleeping with the rest of you down below.
Noted.
Interesting.
I would say. That's not it. Never mind. Go on. I was looking over my notes for something, but never mind.
Oh, you're all good.
Well, not all the coffee's done, but I have enough to start serving for everyone to wake up more so we can have talk about what just happened.
Pass one of those over here, please. I'm gonna need one.
I slide one down to Eva and Drac, and I give one to Red.
Thank you. We might want to start with the bigger picture, yes? What did just generally happen? What do we have questions about?
Let me start at the beginning, because this will make much more sense. As some of you are already aware, due to some unfortunate circumstances, oh, fuck it, I'll just come out and say it. I'm a vampire and I feed on dreams, alright? There, I said it.
Drax slowly. This is all everybody hears. That's it?
The
Why did I
doctor-
feel like she was about to tell us more?
The
Well, there's
doctor-
more, don't worry, I'm not done yet.
Dr. Inject, technically you're a Dampier, not a full vampire.
Don't get me started. That is still a potential I have been trying to avoid
I'm aware.
for a number of reasons. But yes, I feed on dreams. I have fed on Red, unfortunately, twice now, which is how she found out, and Doctor once, which is how he found out. So, Drac, I'm sorry you were left out, but dice and gods and whatever luck you believe in just were not in your favor.
He kind of, at this point, like hearing that, he kind of like, his claw comes up to his cheek and he kind of just like taps it a little bit. He's just like, I don't know if I should feel content at the fact that it hasn't happened or upset at the fact that I've been left out. So
Both
maybe
are
it's
valid.
best that you didn't go into my dreams. Huh.
Trust me, she got plenty enough trauma from mine.
Both feelings are valid, and I understand them both.
Oh, yes.
Usually some element of somebody else's dream ends up incorporating me or some aspect of me, as best I can put it, into their dream. So, of course, Red saw me and Doctor saw me. This journey we've been on has been changing things more than I'm used to. I've been seeing specters and hearing whispers that I didn't hear before. And part of me wonders if I'm going mad, but the fact that you have now experienced that dream kind of solidifies the fact that perhaps I'm not. Or we're all going mad.
No. Like I said before, the cloud dread. That's those are rumors and stories and old sailors' tales, just to like scare the newbies, or all I thought. Um,
It would make sense, and I would believe it, except. And she will again drop the disguise self. Being a half elf and being able to speak Elvish, I can interact with them. So it might be a tale, but it is a truth. They are lost. They don't know how they got where they are. They don't know what happened to them. They don't know, or at least they don't remember anything of the past. It confuses them. It makes them frustrated and angry. But in this instance, since you had joined me, I did not bother to try to interact with them. I expected to go above deck and see my familiar nightmare of when I came to Wingata, where my skyship was set. My husband was killed by the same creature that infected me with this vampirism. And this ship was basically told about 12 of us survived, but I was still unconscious when my husband passed away. Normally, when I go on deck, I watch Damien get run through with a spear. I watch all the crew die, at least the ones that are on that top deck, and the ship just burn until that being comes and infects me, and then I pass out, and the dream ends because I don't remember anything else. This time, it was different. I had the power to control where I went when I opened that door to the top deck, and that's something I've not had before. So, in my search of knowledge and revenge and freedom, I chose to go wherever that person resided. A marble palace made of stone that looked like the sky, in a location I don't know. And he told me I needed to learn to walk before evicting us quite forcefully from this dream.
Yes, up until that point, I was convinced it was just another dream of someone else that I had been pulled into.
I guess the best description would be half dream, half memory.
Doctor would pull out one of his journal that's in his native tongue, kind of flip through it, look back at past research of vampires, see if I can find if there's any documentations of this phenomenon that I've come across.
Which one in particular?
Um, uh, the type of vampire she is, dream eaters, being able to dream walk or not, if this has been recorded before.
Okay, make a history check.
Okay.
That's going to be an interesting one.
22.
22. Even with your extensive history and research into vampires, Dampier, undead, living, that trying how they bridge the gap to have offspring that can walk in the sunlight unabided. You did not come across anything particular to dreamwalking, or even that of consuming a dream as she is claimed to do. Most of your research is around they need a physical sustenance source, whether it be flesh, blood, meat.
All right. Well, excuse me if this sounds rude, but little is documented on your species. You're the first I've heard of someone as a vampire who feeds on dreams, and I've never come across anything like that in any of my studies of the undead.
It doesn't surprise me, honestly. Most people rightly believe that vampires feed on blood or other fluids. So I don't know why I feed on dreams. I'm pretty sure that makes me quite unique even among vampires and dampiers.
You said you've been hearing voices recently, both awake or just asleep.
Usually awake. I think once when I was asleep.
What did the voices tell you?
They're less speaking. It's more of how would I put this? It's like a background noise in my brain. Does that make sense? I could probably focus on one and try and figure out what it is saying, but I haven't tried actually.
Well, I am not an expert on dampiers, so I have no idea if that's just related to that or not. But if it is, might not be too harmful to listen to them. I don't know. It seems that individual expects more of you, out of you, from how he spoke to you.
Seems I missed out on a lot.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, the original thought was try to see if you were also asleep, but then the door opening and everything else. Yeah, I was there for the ride, pretty much. And apparently the chest punch afterwards, because that still kind of hurts a little bit.
Well, for what it's worth, thanks for coming along. And I'm sorry.
Number one, I was gonna let you do that alone. Number two, you don't have to be sorry. This is not your fault. Number three, can I at least get one punch on this on this asshole when we find him?
You'll have to get in line, I'm afraid.
Well, I meant like in line. Can I at least get one before you finish him off?
Oh, of course.
That's all I wanted.
He's a simple man.
He's a very simple man when you come to realize.
What's great
Hey,
about
man, I
him?
get it.
It's cheap.
Hmm.
Well,
About
is
this
there any?
time, as all of you are having this conversation, the door, you hear the doorknob for a moment, and then there's the sound of a lock unlocking,
Standard must be
and the
awake.
door opens. Good morning. Oh,
Good morning. I made
good
coffee.
morning. Am I interrupting?
Oh no, we just finished the conversation.
Oh,
Why did all of a sudden I just hear in my head, "Good morning, good morning"?
Oh,
They've been-
I just need to get here real quick. Excuse me. Someone had a small
Mhm.
accident. He-
Oh,
nothing
Is
crazy.
there-
He just caught his hand on one of the hooks. It's fine. Just gonna
oh,
give some herbs,
Oh,
bandage him up.
well, they were just filling me in on the coding about on the ship since I'm stuck here.
Well, at least you're still on the ship. And he kind of laughs when he says that a bit.
You're very right in that.
With the way the captain is about arcane users, I'm very surprised.
I think it's because, as you said, I was honest with him.
That did go a very long way, I'm sure. And as he's speaking, you see him grabbing like a pestle, a mortar, or various like a couple of leaves off some of the plants he has around.
Mhm.
Just
I'll
grinding
hand
them.
him a beaker of coffee.
Oh, thank you. And he takes a sip, sets it down, starts getting to work. He
Well.
eventually just kind of you saw watch him as he like just uses his fingers to just spread it out over like a piece of cloth, and then he just kind of folds it up neatly so it's not touching on itself. Right. Well, have a good
Let
day.
me know if you need assistance.
Oh no, this is simple. He didn't lose a finger. He's fine.
Yeah, he's fine.
And as he says that, he kind of like nudges Drakex a little bit because he can just tell like you've been on the ocean before. You've been in the cloud ocean. You just look like you sail. And he will head out. And as he's heading out, he's got like the beaker, he's got the cloth, and he's like, could you just the door? I'm sorry, and he
Yes.
just leaves.
I will shut the door behind him.
He's
as
like,
he
"Thank you."
does. And as shut the door, I turn back to the party. Well, that gives us probably 10 minutes before he comes back. Is there anything else we need to talk about? He kind of looks at Drakex specifically.
Sorry, I had to like answer a phone call. Well, what am I being looked at for? Why?
Don't you worry
I
about it.
said-
You know why. Roll an insight check. No, I'm kidding.
The doctor asked if there's anything else we need to talk about. We have about 10 minutes for Standard would probably come back. And he's just looking at you because he knows you come to him earlier yesterday.
He looks at Red from the corner of his eye. He goes, "Well, there is the fact that the those crates that I mentioned. Well, they decided to put a alarm spell on it, which was all that noise,
I was wondering
Last
what
night.
that was.
which I say we, as I was with Red, were looking it over and inadvertently triggered it. So there's something very special about those crates. And I think it's going to become extremely difficult in order to get into, try to understand what's in there.
Well, at the very least, be more cautious.
Oh, and also Red, didn't one of them mumble something about me too?
Oh, right. One of them wanted to kill him.
Ah, yes, that too.
Yes.
Bit of a strong statement. Is there a reason for it?
Probably because of the fact that I was technically poking into the business with the crates.
Right.
Who was the one who said that?
She'll describe him. I don't remember.
It starts with a U. What the fuck is his name again?
She describes the male figure in the predominantly Riz clothing.
So you two met with the people we're here to. Okay.
Yes, we met both of them and had a conversation with them.
They were downstairs when we went there. It's not like we did it on purpose.
I'm not saying you did.
True enough.
No, that's useful information at the least. I don't know their personalities at the very least. The male one,
He's
like,
a bit of a how to put it nicely, a dick.
That is rather nice.
it was, but I
And
would
she's
assume
a bit of a bitch. But anyway, besides the point.
she seems to have a rein on him. She might be the more dangerous one of the two.
Either way, if they decide to come after me, I'll just put my foot up straight up their asses and use them as shoes.
Right.
Just make a loud noise when you do, so I can come help.
Of course. Of course. Trust me, you'll know. Just follow the sound of thunder.
All right.
Anyway, we should go about our business. Try to keep tabs on everything else and see what else is.
I'll keep an eye on Stanner. Just something about him I don't quite trust. Don't know what it is yet.
Probably because it seems like he's high all the time. But anyway.
Right.
But anyway, I don't know if either one of you two are supposed to be on watch, so we should be heading off to take care of that. And I need to go make myself part of the crew.
Yeah. Yes, I think it's best to disperse for now.
Probably.
Well, you know where to find me.
Yes, we know. In your cell, that's not a cell.
And he's the first time you actually see the doctor just sitting there smiling.
Okay. So as each of you go to your various avenues of business, let's say, Red, you make your exchange and you head up into the crow's nest. So go ahead and give me your perception check for the day,
Perfect.
please.
Oh, that's a 12.
12.
You know what? I'm gonna use an the thing, one of the help die.
Okay.
That's a D4, right?
Yes.
Thanks, Dino. It's only been 45 minutes.
Okay. Well, that only added 2, so that's a 14.
14? Okay.
Yep.
So as you are up there in the crow's nest looking around and watching, you don't have a ton of experience on the Cloud Ocean. You really only have traveled it once to your recollection. So to you, the phenomenon of being above a storm is most interesting. As you, throughout the day, this will be for everyone, the ship does begin to rock a bit as the upper winds take over. And just as a general kind of a reminder and a fill in for everyone here, because I don't think I did a very good job describing the skyships. The skyships in this realm are not magically propelled. They are just magically floated with assisted. You can technically float in the Cloud Ocean, just not on the surface. You have to fall for who knows how far. No one's ever really tried it. Or if they have, Like
Hmm.
some others, they didn't quite make it back. So there still is a need for wind, navigation, understanding the cloud ocean, and things like that. When you're above a storm, obviously, the cloud ocean beneath you is dark, a bit gloomy. There's a bit of an odd thickness to the air, like just a harsh humidity being above rain, thunder, and lightning. It doesn't necessarily get darker above you, obviously. There's still the sun shining down. It's, for all intents and purposes, it's a fantastic day. But when you look down at Cloud Ocean, it's like, oh wow, that's a bolt of lightning. Okay, should probably watch out for that. So it's interesting as the ship is rocking a bit, the speed does pick up. There's the distant sounds of rumbling and rolling thunder. Drakex, you are familiar with this sound. You've sailed over probably 1,000 storms.
He is so calm.
Oh,
He's just
yeah.
like,
You can, like, in this moment, Drakex, you start looking around. Make a perception check for me. This will be fun. This is a little fun bit.
Okay. He says fun bit. Let's see how well I do today.
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
So with a natural 1, Red,
Mhm.
what you notice is that Drakex is just calm, collected, nothing going on. He's just absolutely chill. But from your vantage point, you're looking around, you can see like, oh, yep, I haven't been out that long, but that guy looks like he's new. And you see one guy who's like having trouble walking a bit sometimes when it rocks too much. You see a couple others who are like, not, I wouldn't say huddling together, but working very closely together. Like at one point where they could probably spread out 2-3 feet between each other to get their jobs done, they're a little closer. And then you watch this Drakex is just calm, cool, collected until one of the rookies starts looking a little not so good. And you see him start to make a beeline for the edge of the vessel. Tackles Drakex in his path.
Oh no.
But the rookie manages to recover, only just clipping Drakex as he does get to the edge, and just cookies everywhere, just gone.
Oh no.
Drakex, from your perspective, with a natural 1, you were like, this is just another storm. I've been through a billion of these. I'll be fine. What the? And you just feel this sharp impact on your back right side, and it almost sends you down to a knee. You stumble forward 2 or 3 steps. You turn to yell, and you just see this rookie just brah, brah, just over the edge of the ship.
He is first about to just go like, "Ah," and then realize he's just like, he walks up and just pats him on the back.
It's
fine.
between hucks. He's like, I'm sorry. I didn't.
It's fine. Just let it out. If you try to talk, it's just gonna make it worse. You'll end up biting your tongue. Just let it out. Let it out. When you're done, when the dry heaving starts, you can't get any more. Take slow, deep breaths.
You effectively help coach this man to not choke to death, essentially. He
That's rather
wipes his
unfortunate.
mouth. He doesn't look you in the eyes. He's still looking down. He's like, I'm so sorry. I've been on a ship a few times, but this is my first long ride.
It's fine.
I
It
didn't
happens.
think a ship this big could rock this much.
Trust me, it could be a lot worse.
Throughout the day, Eva, what would you like to accomplish?
it was brought up in the early morning.
Mm-hmm.
Eva's gonna go back to the bunks until she's gotta get up again for duty.
Okay.
And she's gonna look through that book she was given.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, anytime that Red is up on watch, Eva will have her pack. Just FYI.
Makes sense.
As you are reading through this book, the title is not anywhere on it, and it's just bound in a simple, like faded green leather type material. The title is actually on the inside, handwritten. You notice this book is not, it's not a pressed book. It's all handwritten. It's not like inked with a machine. It's handwritten. And on the inside, it just says, "Those who whisper." And as you begin to read through it, it begins to explain a very particular art form and expression of speaking with the voices on the wind, or speaking with the ghosts of the land, or speaking with those that have passed. It's all very, very abstract and just very kind of like out there, far reached names, titles, and vocabulary. The main theme of it is certainly whispers, numerous, and how to channel them. If you would, go ahead and make me a wisdom saving throw, please.
Oh god. 15.
15, okay. As you are... And what does she keep on her? Like a dagger, a short sword?
She has 2 daggers.
Okay. As you are reading it, you eventually realize you're just holding the book with one hand. And then you look over to your right hand, and you notice you're just fiddling with your dagger. And looking over it, you kind of focus on it for a minute here, and you feel this expression of your will sink into the blade. And for a moment, you watch as this very slight, gray-like, translucent, smoky flame surrounds the dagger. Not very large, maybe just like a half inch to an inch, as it whips around it for about 6-7 seconds. It fades. And that is a fun way to roleplay your psychic blades.
That is awesome.
That's not the right word. What is that damn ability called for you? Yeah, no, I did get it right. Psychic
No, it
blades.
is
Look at me
psychic
go.
blades.
Look at me go.
I'm staring at it.
Know what I'm doing. I'm a game master.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all, they let me sit in this chair, let me tell you. What you get from the book?
Alright.
We're going to do this day just because it is a day after an event. Then we'll move on to our week progress. Doctor, is there anything you want to handle today?
It's just like I know we had 7 days left of the first week. Is this the 7th day we're doing, or
This
is this
is
start of the next week?
This is the morning of the 8th day.
Okay, then I would continue doing research and standards notes. Then
Okay.
I'll start the new stuff on the second week.
Okay. Your days are, for the most part, uneventful. I will say there are some rumors going around about the noises made Most people seem to chalk it up to those hoity-toity types from Riz, and that's about the most you get from it. Red, I would say that you, with your own that perception check from earlier, you do not notice those two individuals throughout the day.
Interesting. She'll definitely take note of that.
Okay. With that, this concludes that day. So we will move forward to a 10-day plus 2 to even us out to a full 10 days have passed. What would all of you like to accomplish, if anything? You don't have to do anything. You can just say, I blend in, and that will be perfectly fine. I also want to rob anybody of anything they want to do. Just,
Well, Doctor has something he wants to do.
Go ahead.
I would like to spend time ritual casting Identify on my Sending Stone to attempt to try to start memorizing the spell, at least partially.
You want to reverse engineer the sending spell?
Yes.
Okay. Along with that casting, go ahead and give me. And this will represent your whole efforts. So we'll just give you. So I'll ask you: do you want advantage or do you want a reduced DC?
Ooh. Depends on the check. Depends on the check.
It's an investigation check.
Investigation?
Excuse me. No, I'm sorry. This would be direct intelligence because you're not investigating something. You're trying to look at the end result of a spell enchantment and reverse engineer it.
Yeah. I'll take the lower DC.
Okay. Give me a single intelligence check, please. 7. Over this 12-day period, you using Identify, using how much paper and ink worth do you have?
On person, I have 10 paper, 10 parchment, and 2 bottles of ink.
Okay.
2 1-ounce bottles of ink.
I would say you would go through a stack of paper.
Okay.
And one of your ink vials, one of your ink bottles.
Okay. How much is a stack in D&D? This is 10?
I believe they're in stacks of 10.
Yeah, okay. All right. I'll remove them from my pouch.
And even with all of that effort, it's just still... It escapes you. Just trying to figure out the end result. Like, it would be like taking, modern day steel and trying to take it apart and figure it out. On the molecular level.
It's a new method.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, I wouldn't say you feel defeated. You just know that it's going to be difficult because you're used to finding the spell page where somebody else has done the work and you just copy it over. You haven't necessarily, obviously, you have not made your own spell at this point. No. You feel it could be done, but you have no idea how long it will take you to get there. Again, you're not disheartened, but it's definitely frustrating.
The fact I know it's possible is all I need to do it. That's how the doctor would see it.
Okay. Eva.
Probably just blending in as much as she can.
Okay. Drackix?
He is blending in and trying to overhear on conversations in order to better understand the current status quo of the ship, as well as any kind of inkling to the people of Riz.
Okay. Give me a perception check and a general charisma check.
Okay. I'm bad at the first one. That's a 9 for perception.
Okay.
Oh, yikes.
But I'm decent at the second one because that's a 16.
Okay. So with those two combined rolls, It's a failure and a success. So it kind of leveled out.
Mm-hmm.
What did you want to try and gather again?
The perception was just to listen in on the basic conversations to see what else is going on.
Mhm.
The charisma would have been just to keep everybody from coming after the four of them and just like, oh no, we're perfectly fine, we're good. Why?
Okay.
Try to keep try to keep all attention away from us.
Got it. So, okay. So after, I'd say after this week and 2 day period pass, you're able to assist in smoothing over anything the doctor may have done to those individuals. They still feel obviously unnerved because even though this is a high, decently magical time and it is predominant, these are still very much, for lack of a better term, salt of the earth individuals. But you are able to at least make things as neutral as you can with those individuals. And through your work ethic, your knowledge, you're able to kind of garner some respect with a large portion of the crew and kind of get it to where as long as those with you can play their part, you feel confident everything will go smoothly. When it comes to overhearing things about Riz, you don't get anything beyond what you already know. It's a very heavy military kingdom. That's their main drive of everything they do. They invent weave tech and make magical weapons of war. They're not at war with anybody, but they will be ready. It's an odd mindset when Drakix really thinks about it. Like, why do they need all these things? Why do they stay always ready? What do they know that no one else knows? Or are they just a bunch of paranoid people? And the general consensus is just a bunch of paranoid pricks.
No, not after meeting those two and those crates. Nope. He knows that there's something else going on. You know the meme of the guy like right in front of the chart. He looks all crazy, and it's just like a bunch of
the Charlie Day meme.
Yes, exactly. That's him currently. He's like, I know there's something.
They're gonna get back to your bunk. There's gonna be red thread and parchment papers with little darts everywhere.
He just comes into the infirmary to do it instead because it's private.
Yeah.
No, that's probably exactly where it is. It's like at some point the doc, like he goes into the infirmary with the doc, like, I need a board, and also hide this from everybody else.
I just direct him to the wall.
And it's just there, hidden behind like a cloth, but it's there.
Are you actually gonna do this?
Should we? No.
Okay.
That was too obvious. That's too
I
obvious.
was about to say.
I think the doctor is open to having conversations about it with you, but other than that, I don't think we can go any further.
Yeah, no, he's definitely not gonna leave any traces for anybody to find. He's charismatic and he ain't that smart, but he's smart enough to know I'm not leaving a traces for anybody to find.
He's done this crime thing before.
Allegedly. Okay, and Red for you.
She is going to go into the areas of the ship that she knows she can go without drawing too much suspicion and try and figure out where these people from Riz are.
Okay, make an investigation check.
Cool. Nice. That is 18.
18? Okay, now I will say you didn't see them that day. On subsequent days, they are sparingly out and around, but noticeably less.
Okay. And
also make a stealth check for me.
a stealth. Oh gosh, that's gonna suck.
You're the one looking.
Oh yeah, yep, totally sucked. That's a nat one.
Oof. Big oof.
A big oof.
Okay, so you're not being stealthy about this.
Nope. She's clunking around the ship.
You're looking around. You eventually you find the captain's quarters. You don't go in, obviously, but you do walk past the open door, and it's like, it's later at night. You do see the captain like sitting behind his desk, working on something. You find other private quarters. You're not really sure who they belong to, but you do, to the best of your knowledge, nail down where you believe they're staying. You do find kind of back into the side of the ship is what looks to be almost like a double room, to where it's the two doors are very close to each other, but you can see the support beam in the middle of the doors. So there's definitely a wall there that separates these two rooms, but the doors are almost side by side.
Could she hear anything?
Make a perception check.
Okay.
And what is your method of listening? Are you just like waiting and hearing? Are you putting your ear against a door or a wall? What are you doing?
Oh man, do I want to tempt fate? Hold on. The whole point of this is her having reason to be the places that she is, doing the things she's doing, not doing anything overtly suspicious, like standing out in a hallway with her ear pressed to a door.
Yeah.
No, she's just gonna walk slower by the doors and try and see if she can hear anything. Okay.
Okay.
That's a nat 20.
Oh.
The duality of man. What does she hear?
You, as you walk slower, you do make out two voices on the other side of a door.
Do they sound like the people?
They sound obviously a bit muffled by the wood that separates their voice from your ears. You can lean in a bit closer to try and hear better if you wish.
Yeah, she's gonna do that.
Okay. You lean in and you listen, and with a 24 total, what you get that page. Yeah, this is in my notes, y'all. DC 24.
Yes.
You pick,
I mean, I can add a help dice on it if it'll help me get more things.
that is entirely up to you.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm doing it because this could be really important. I'm doing it. Oh, it's a 20. So that's a 26 now.
Okay.
Yep.
That actually did bump you up to the next DC range.
Yes. Oh, okay.
What you pick up on is and just do me one quick favor. Make me an insight check.
Insight. Okay. All right. Oh gosh. Okay. I'd be a 21.
Okay. Fantastic rolls. You pick up on what you know, and you can just tell from the tone is a very intense and just like you almost can feel the anger in the air as you listen. And you can hear these two voices not arguing, but certainly having a heated discussion. You hear a male voice. I cannot believe they thought they could just undercut us this much this time. The tithe must be paid. And then you hear the female voice. I understand, but remember, everyone's suffering. It's not easy to keep these things afloat, especially as large as they are, as large as our home is. We must do what we can. There's a pause. I do not understand why we don't simply take what we need. We have the means. It's not that easy, Ulrich. Certainly we are prepared for that, but we must all be ready for when the most of unfortunates happen. Tell them we will take what they give us and do our best to replenish our own supplies. And you start hearing the heavy footfalls of boots coming towards the door, like doof, doof, doof.
Oh yeah, she's moving. She's walking.
Do you dash or do you move 30 feet?
Oh no, she moves 30 feet. Don't be suspicious.
Okay.
Well, I have another question. Were they
Okay.
speaking in Elvish?
They were.
Cute. Adorable. Excellent. Let's go.
Okay. You get 30 feet away and you turn a corner as you hear the door just open. And do you look back or do you just keep walking?
Oh, I mean, it's a loud noise. Anyone would look back. She looks back.
You can see the frame of Ulrich walking into the hallway. You can watch him kind of get into the hallway and just kind of. He looks left and right, but not like he's looking for something. He just has this, especially with the 21 insight, and we'll carry over your 24 perception. Those two huge rolls, you're looking at him, you can tell he's just angry. He just needed to walk away from a conversation for a minute before you see him kind of take a breath of air, huff it out. And I'll say with a natural 20, you see something interesting around his form, particularly over his back. You see these odd smoky tendrils seeming to, just for a brief moment, they seem to rise out of his shoulder blades before they just dissipate.
Interesting. And she can't tell what these smoky tendrils are other than just smoky tendrils.
Smoky tendrils. They seem
it.
to almost seem to like rise. Hang on. Make a history check.
History. Oh, geez. Okay, here we go. That'd be a dirty 20.
It's interesting. You see this happen, and for a minute you're like, that seems familiar. And you remember and you recall what it looked like when Drakex summoned his draconic bloodline and those spectral wings came out of his back.
Okay, that cuts. That cuts a little deep. Okay. All right, so these elves can fly. Interesting. And is he walking off in a different direction?
Do you stay and watch?
Yeah. She does.
He kind of looks down and eventually does notice you before you can see him just kind of like huff a bit of air, and he goes back into the room and closes the door. Doesn't slam it, it closes.
Okay. Yeah, she's not pressing her luck to go listen again. That's not a thing that's gonna happen right now. She will. She'll try to go find Eva.
Okay, it's not hard for you. You would know each other enough by now to at least know when one is or is not working, and usually where the time is spent. If I had to guess, Eva, if you're not on watch, you're probably top side, either practicing or just doing your best to enjoy and embrace the view. If I'm wrong,
Indeed.
tell me I'm wrong.
Nope. Pretty much spot on.
Ha-ha!
Just death grip on the railing.
Okay.
Taking it all in.
You head topside red, and you can see Eva up on the front starboard side, hands hanging onto the railing.
Eva, dear, how are you?
Managing.
Is there anybody close by around?
Was it
That could
anybody like
be-
close?
hmm
I mean, there's not at this point in the journey, there's not a lot going on. Like, obviously, cargo's been secured. There's other ships in sight besides the two flanking this ship. There's not really weather, honestly. It's kind of actually, strange enough, it's kind of like a faded out thought process because there is no weather. You're above the
Okay.
clouds.
And
biggest.
she would know at this point that Eva speaks Elvish, correct?
Would you?
Trying to think that that's come up or not.
Because the dream realm, you were talking about the dream realm, and
Yes, that is good.
Yeah.
I did mention
True.
that.
Yes.
Earlier in the beginning, yeah.
yes.
So yes, you would know.
Okay, so she's gonna lower her voice to where she's trying to only have Eva hear her, and she's going to speak in Elvish.
Okay.
Yep. So I saw there's two Rizian dignitaries. They were downstairs arguing, and I caught a bit of their conversation. They were saying something about a tithe being not paid enough. I don't know. The contemplating. One of them was angry. The man was angry about not having enough something.
Stops for a second as she kicks her elf brain into gear to speak Elvish. Totally taken aback that Red is speaking Elvish to her.
It's a different dialect. You'll understand her. No, I'm kidding.
Oh no!
Can you imagine?
I'm joking.
Northern French versus Southern French.
Oh my
Right?
gosh.
Sorry, French. I don't mean to insult you.
Hi, Elven. You speak Wood Elvish.
Commoner. No, I'm just kidding.
Right. And then I saw the strangest thing. When Drakex manifested his spectral wings to fly, it looked something similar to what one of the Rizian dignitaries had above his back. Kind of almost like smoky tendrils. I don't know. This whole thing is weird.
All right, darling. Back it up a minute. You were saying you're collecting a tithe?
They're collecting some sort of tithe, yes. I don't know of what or from whom. I didn't stick around long enough to find out.
Or for whom?
Right. Though I would assume it would probably be for somebody in Riz, maybe other dignitaries, maybe the government. I don't know. Or maybe they're into something a little darker.
All right, and the second half, what did you say?
They can fly. At least Ulrich can. He had smoky tendrils that were very similar to what Drakex uses to manifest his wings. They were right on his shoulders. And they were speaking Elvish.
Okay, the last part doesn't really surprise me that much, considering you and I are both standing here speaking Elvish. Apparently, it's not as rare as I thought it was.
I mean, you have your reasons, as do I. Both of which are unique.
Given what I've seen of Drac and of Drac's abilities, have we seen these tendrils on Drac?
Trying to think. I don't think you were there when that happened.
Okay. That would make sense.
Yeah, the last couple of times he's actually used his wings, it's been nighttime.
And the tunnel, since Eva was the first one up, anyways.
Yeah.
Well, there was a time when he used his wings out at the farm, the Ilrun farm.
Oh, that's true. There was that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you did see that one, I believe.
I guess the question I'm trying to ask is, were there tendrils around Drac when he pulled his wings out that we could see?
That's, I believe, Trackix, go ahead and correct if I'm wrong, but I believe when he does them, they begin as these like 3 to 5 thick stalks of just arcane energy before they eventually detail out and become proper wings. But go ahead.
They are gemstones. Since he is a gem dragonborn, like you can actually see the fact that even though it is like this arcane energy, does become like almost crystalline in nature. So it doesn't really have that smoky texture to it. It has more of a glossy type of texture.
Okay.
So that's how they start. They begin with these
Yeah.
like 3 to 5 heavy stalks of just compressed arcane power, and then they take that finer detail. They go into that more defined physicality.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's a bit of information at least. But it's concerning. Considering
What
Ulrich
what part
sounded
of
like
this what part of this tithe were they upset about?
you're not getting enough. Ulrich said something along the lines of they could just take it themselves if they wanted. And why weren't they doing that? And the woman cautioned him, but he was angry.
They're dignitaries, right? Emissaries sent from Reese.
Right.
Now I really want to get into that crate.
As do I.
Ugh. I'm just trying to think if we are knowingly helping them in this regard. Is it coming from? I assume it's coming from Wingata. They came here to collect it.
It's possible. Maybe they're Wingatian people are giving them a tithe of some sort? I don't know. Ugh.
But they're not happy with the amount that they got.
Right. I mean, it would make sense. It's a military nation. They have a military. They could take it if they wanted. So it's got to be from Wingata. We think the tithe is money or something else?
Depends on who it's going to, honestly. If it's going to a government, then money would make sense. If it's going to someone or something else, it could be anything.
Right.
My main thought is if we are unknowingly helping them gather resources and pay something, maybe they're just slowly going to bleed us dry.
Hmm.
What happens when we can't provide that tithe anymore?
And then that's when they get the armies together, I'm certain.
And they have the power to do it. They're not a force to be messed with.
This is very concerning. We should bring this information back with us. That at least one of the two wants to take it in that direction. And if he's had the gall to say it out loud to someone he probably knows doesn't want that, then others surely must agree with him.
It's something to hang on to.
For
They
sure.
can't act now. Well, they could act now, but they know it would mean war.
Mhm.
We don't really know the state of Wingata's political and military affairs, but I assume something is keeping them from just reaching out and taking it. So
True enough.
something is keeping Wingata safe for now. We don't want to act rashly and make something happen.
Right, true. Mm. In any case, we do at least know they're not content with their current tithe.
Do you have a book, a journal, anything? You might want to just write this down somewhere so
Oh.
that we have it.
Of course.
We can send
I'll-
it in a message back to Wingata later.
True.
I just don't want to forget it.
And I don't want it to be intercepted by the wrong hands either.
Fair enough. then don't write it down just yet.
Right. In any case, I think it's really important that we get into those boxes somehow.
If they're going to be guarded by magic, that's going to prove difficult. At least for me. There's nothing I can do against magic.
Nor I at the moment.
We may just have to let this one go and see what happens when it gets to Reese.
It's possible. Ah, well. At least we know now.
I would say if you see Drac, and you should go visit Doc, just fill them in on what you've heard.
Right. That's a good idea. I just came to find you first. Would she have
Understand?
noticed by this point that her pack is calming and settling to Eva or no?
After 2 weeks, depends on how much you've been hanging around.
I mean, it's right on Eva. She's been hanging around.
I would say that would be on Eva. I'm not going to take that agency away from her. How? What do you think Eva's I think how to put this mental stability? Would it
That is
be
a loaded question.
would it be noticeably at ease, or just more at ease than what she was?
I would say more than what she was, especially when they got on the sky ship.
Okay, then you do notice that you're unsure if it's because she's just pretty much forced to be in this situation, or if some other force is assisting it, but something has certainly assisted in at least easing her a bit.
But she doesn't know if it's the pack or not. Awesome. Okay, cool.
She's not trying to, scramble back on land right
Okay.
away.
All right. Did you want any more company? Are you here okay here by yourself?
You are
And-
welcome to stay as long as you like, dear.
I think I might hang out with you for a little while.
It might be boring, just so you know.
I don't know. Look at that. The cloud. See, it's not boring. It reminds me of things. And she'll just hang out and chill.
Okay.
Yeah.
As it goes into a little bit later of this particular day, Red and Eva, you both do notice that quite a few deckhands just start showing up, and they begin clearing a space near the front and middle of the topside deck.
Can she overhear why they're doing that?
Yes. As you take interest in this and you listen, you can hear individuals saying they need to clear an area. It's about high time they had a pit, and they need some entertainment.
Oh, she's definitely sticking around.
Okay.
Eva gives a very heavy sigh.
As the next hour or two progresses, this, I'd say probably like 20 foot by, well, more like 10 to 15 foot by 10 to 15 foot, just ramshackle square area is cleared out, sectioned off, and someone has brought a chalkboard. And you start hearing it throughout the ship. We got the pit going. Who needs to make some gold? And then
Yes,
it
are
just,
you not concerned about going overboard?
no, we're in the middle of the ship.
Yes, I've seen how boys can fight.
No. There'll be a crowd around the pit. We'll push them back in. Don't worry.
If you say so.
Drakex, you eventually hear the rolling of voices in excitement as the pit is ready. It's been completed. And anybody
He knows.
And, oh yeah, you're fully aware what this is.
The question now is not so much the fact that he knows what it is. It's what is he gonna do?
What are you gonna do? We'll get back to that.
Does he join in the pit? Is the question.
Well, you'll have a break to figure it out.
Okay.
Ooh.
So we're gonna go to break. When we get back, we'll see what they decide to do with the entertainment pit, the fighting pit, the brawlers pit, whatever you wish to call it. A section has been made ready, and already names are being written quickly onto a chalkboard. But we'll get to that when we get back from break. So we're gonna go take a snack break, probably about 10-15 minutes. And I say every time I play D&D with all of you here, it's D&D. Go get snacks. It's hand in hand. It's supposed to happen. But we will be back, y'all. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you for hanging out during our break. Hopefully you did what I did and went and got water and snacks. My snack of the choice this week was, it was delicious. Not that much. Cheddar and sour cream chips. They were good.
No way. That's what I had.
What?
Yes. Legitimately, Ruffles, cheddar, and sour
I should have
cream.
gone old school and got me some Doritos. I'll have Doritos next week.
Yes.
I'll get Doritos and Mountain Dew for the spirit of D&D for next week.
I mean, I have the Mountain Dew.
Yes, you do.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Somebody left their Mountain Dew here. Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine.
Mm-mm.
Well then, just before the break, the crew of the ship had begun getting to their not quite cabin fever breaking point, but certainly the need to shake up the daily grind. And for most part, if you've been on a sky ship working and on the Cloud Ocean, you have had enough and you just need some kind of entertainment. So a pit has been quickly and crudely constructed. And I say constructed, I mean, really, it was just like 4 to 8 planks of wood that made a rough square shape. But Dracus and Doctor, you guys are getting the news about this going on.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor always looked to Standard. As Standard is with me.
The Standard would be there with you at this point, yeah.
Okay. I ask him. I'm going to make an assumption. I'm not allowed to go up deck, even for this.
And you see Standard kind of like sits back in his chair a bit and thinks, well, I mean, what if somebody gets hurt and I just don't have the medical requirements needed to make sure they're taken care of?
You're right. We can't run that risk, can we?
We can't. It would just hurt my poor little heart if someone got hurt and I just didn't have what it takes to take care of them. You really
Can't afford
should
to be a man down.
We can't. No. I'll tell you what. How about this? You stay close. Just you stay close to me. Just a little show of faith. But we can both go up there. Load up that bag with some good stuff.
Right.
Get some wraps. Get some herbs ready.
Stuff.
I'll get all the stuff put into my doctor's bag. I will put my mask on.
And you see Standard to start shoving in other things like bandages, various things he's ground together, salves for healing easier. Oh yeah. And you can see like he's like noticeably letting them like hang over the edge of the bag.
Yeah.
Like way over obvious. Camera's being a dick right now. Focus. Well, fine. Just keeping it.
Once we had the bag packed up, I'll make sure to grab my coin purse as well.
Okay.
And we'll head up.
Okay. You head up with Standard. Drakex, as this information gets to your draconic ears.
He does go up. He
Okay.
would go up.
As you get up, you can see pretty much almost the whole crew's on the top deck. It's fucking crowded.
Mm-hmm.
You can see the captain's on the top upper deck overlooking all of it, and you see he's just kind of like has a smile to his face, and first mate standing next to him. And you see the very out of place female that has been assigned to them as best as you can figure.
Mm-hmm.
But there's already shouting and names are being thrown out there, chalkboards getting filled up. What do you do?
Jack is gonna go to his party, and as he gets up to their side, he's going to look at the actual board
Okay.
and just go.
As you look at the board, you notice there's
Mhm.
two columns
Mm-hmm.
with a line obviously drawn down the middle. You see one just has brawl on it. The other one has all in.
Would Drac know what the difference is between the two?
Typically, yes, you would with your history. You would know that typically the brawl is just fisticuffs. It's just you punch, you kick, you fight, you bite. That's it. All
Mhm.
in is typically obviously riskier, but there are like simple, I wouldn't even say weapons allowed. It's just like no bladed weapons. They usually hand each contestant like a club or
Got it.
something of that nature. But you also know that all in is all in. If you're gifted, you're all in.
He currently looks to the others and just go.
You can see
Do I give them a
doctors up there.
chance?
You can see doctors up there standing right next to Standard.
He's gonna look to Red and Ava as he nods towards the dock.
Doc returns.
Should I go all in, or do we just let them have their fun?
I mean, you already know what my answer is.
Yes.
If I thought for half a second they would allow me to use my magic, I'd do it. But we're on a ship made of wood, and my magic is fire. So, probably not the best idea.
Damnedest
No,
thing.
I could live vicariously through you.
Mm-hmm.
Just don't do any irreparable damage, all right?
he chuckles. Oh. Well, then I guess I should just go for the brawl. This way we don't have to worry about irreparable damage.
Hmm. There's a doctor on the ship, two of them. One with plants, the other is our doctor. You'll be fine.
Screw it. All it is.
Okay.
All right. Way to grab your balls. Let's go.
You head over to the gentleman who's going to be writing his own chalkboard. He looks at you. You coming in?
Yes.
All right. Which one?
All.
Name.
Drakix.
He throws it on there real quick. The K is backwards. You're not sure why.
In all honesty, this is probably the cleanest writing of his name that he's ever seen.
Yeah. And then
So he just takes it in stride.
kind of looks up and down. One-handed or two-handed?
Let me go with two-handed.
Right. And he kind of points over to where there's just been like a gathering of like there's a great club, which is two-handed, obviously, and then you see this regular club. So you can, for the time being, you can add a grit club to your inventory.
I was already working on that. These poor saps have no idea what the hell's coming. Neither do I, because half of these
Neither do you.
Alrighty.
One minute while I look at something real quick. I'm looking at a stat block real fast, see what I want to grab. Yeah, that'll work. That's in line.
Jack is gonna die. No. Alrighty.
Oh, yep, that's gonna work just fine. Okay. So let's roll to see where you are in the rankings.
Okay.
Roll a d20 for me.
That's a 2.
I rolled a 3. What? Okay.
Alrighty then.
So you are not the first fight. The first fight comes down to, you see two individuals. One guy is kind of like a bit brawlier, and it is a brawl. They both go in, no weapons, and they just start beating the crap out of each other. Let's see how they do. Let me get 2 d20s here of vastly different colors. I'm just going to make 3 checks to make this fast.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. Okay. All right.
That's 2 out of 3. Got it.
Oh, we're going to go one more. I was going to do 3, but the guy that was losing got an natural 20 on the last roll. Okay, that ends it. So you watch as this kind of like wiry, smaller male just is dodgy and fast and just is hitting these critical points like ribs. He takes a knee shot before he finally like cracks the guy across the jaw with a hard elbow shot, like his arm totally chicken winged in and just right across the face. And you watch as the guy's head just jerks hard to the left. Blood splatters out. The crowd, yeah, they're all starting to just tension and just entertainment. This is fantastic to them. And the guy he doesn't like drop unconscious, but he like stammers a bit and goes to the knee and hands up. All right, I'm good. I'm good. And the other guy's like, goes fists in the air. Doc Standard kind of like has clear a little bit of space out for the two of you, and you see two of the guys, you guess buddies or shipmates, kind of pick him up by the elbows, and they just they hobble him over.
I will register my doctor's bag, and I imagine I have something like smelling salts in it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. No, okay, I'm good. It's awful. No, you get him up. That's fine.
Yeah.
Next fight, another brawl. You see, this would be, who would this be? Actually, you see, Elgar step in.
Okay.
And he said, like, the usual like deep V-cut shirt he has on. He's kind of removed it, and he's just, his whole upper body is just leather and scars. This man has spent he was probably born on a skyship.
Gotcha.
The other individual is just this kind of like, I'd say burly, but more fat than muscle. Definitely a heavy drinker of a sailor, and they're gonna go at it. Oh shit.
They're all gonna knock the fuck out.
Elgar opens up with a natural 20. Oh, what the fuck? Elgar has another natural 20. This fight's over. I'm not gonna roll the third round. Jesus.
Get him, Elgar.
Elgar
Good
just comes
lord.
in and just bulldozes this guy. Like, you would think he could take a hit because he's a big burly dude, but Elgar just comes in like a freight train, just left, right. And I would say, given your passives, I would say Dr. Eva, Red, are you proficient in perception checks?
Perception?
Yeah.
Yeah. Expertise and perception. So
Same.
So Dracox, you just notice, like, God, this guy can fight. Red and Eva, you're both like, these are some well-made strikes. It's not just fury, and this man knows how to fight. Doctor, you know this man's fucking deadly. Like, you're watching these strikes, you're watching how his muscles tense, and you're like, that blow should have been harder. He pulled it.
Ooh.
Eventually, they, like, 3 guys gotta, like, drag this dude over to you two. And you see Elgar's like, yeah, he's got his hands in the air, and you hear other guys like, that's why he's the first mate. Yeah, no one stands a chance. And Elgar, joyously, he knows how to take fun with the sailors. And he heads off and grabs a tankard.
As a guy, can we get him to come too?
You're gonna have to make a message check on this one. He got knocked the fog out.
Yeah, I was about to say. Sure, I'll give you one real quick.
He didn't get hit. He got knocked the fog out.
That is an 8 on my part.
Let me roll for standard real quick. 18 for standard. Yeah, you've got your smelling salts, and you're like, oh gosh, and you look at the standard, and standard's like, all right, and he kind of reaches to his belt loop, and you see him pull out this closed vial with what looks to be some cloth like stuffed into it. It is a little tiny bit of liquid at the bottom. He just shakes it, and you see him like he pulls his own head away and extends his arms fully before he pops the cork, and then quickly recloses it. And the guy's like, oh, that's, oh god, yeah. And Stanley's like, nope, you're good. Just breathe deep, breathe. It's gone already. Just stay awake. It just takes the two of you just a minute to get him cognitive of his place.
You're lucky the first mate's as trained as he is.
He's like, oh, could have had him. His eyes closed, all fucked up.
I'll begin trying to patch him up a bit with some of the bandages and stuff we've got to help with the swelling.
I say a few more fights go by. It's a great bit of time. And then they start on the all-in. Dracox, you are called to the pit.
Okay. He walks into the pits. Because he would have left his own weapons downstairs anyway.
Yep.
Is there a betting pool?
There is a betting pool.
I would look to Standard and ask Standard if he wouldn't mind going to the pool for me, so I'm not leaving the area I'm designated to be in, and placing 2 gold on Dracox.
And Standard just like, oh, just yell it out. They'll hear you.
2 gold on Dragonborn.
And you hear one guy like, we got 2 gold on the Dragonborn. Anybody else? And you've heard like bets here and there, but there hasn't been a ton of bets until now. As Dracox is a familiar figure comes to the other side of the pits. One you have not had interaction with, but you've seen him around the ship, just kind of working. He's muscled individual holding 2 of the clubs, the smaller clubs. He's compared to you, he's obviously not tall, but compared to other humanoids, the average ones,
Yeah.
he is a taller individual. He looks to be wearing just no armor, obviously, open shirt, 2 clubs. He's got this like thick beard, shaved bald head, but the beard has like bits of jewelry like braided into it and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of gives you a nod and gets his 2 clubs ready.
So, a quick question, just to make sure the fact that I have this right. How wide would this quote unquote arena be?
It's a to say it's 15 feet by 15 feet would be stretching it.
Okay, because if it is 15 by 15, I'm perfectly fine. This way, no collateral damage of any kind with the crew or anything.
Yeah. But he kind of looks at you. There's this moment of like everyone's like, you still hear bets in the background going on. Does anybody else in the party want to bet?
No.
Okay.
Red knows better. No.
Eva,
I think I'm good.
you think you're good? All right. I'm going to get this guy's HP written down so I can do quick adjustments to it.
Okay.
And the moment where there's still like shouts going on, the 2 of you are in this arena.
Yes.
And you see as his head turns up a little bit as he tries to look down on you, but obviously he can't. And then he just rushes in. Roll initiative.
That's a 9.
5. You go first.
He's gonna wait for this guy to get close,
Okay.
and then when he does, because this is the reason why I kind of asked about the 15-foot range. He takes a really deep breath in, and then he lets it out. I need a dex save at 12.
Oh, okay. Succeeds.
Okay, so I'm gonna take half of it.
Okay.
This is bullshit. He takes 1 point of damage. How dare you, dice, do that to me?
Okay, so and that's force damage, correct? This is just a blast of
That
force.
is force.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so he runs at you and you release this blast and he just tanks it and keeps coming for you.
Yeah, bonus action. We're gonna do a shield of faith. So now there's a small
Okay.
little glow about his chest.
Okay. He is going to anything else?
That would be it.
Okay, he's gonna come in on you. He's gonna make his attack.
Okay.
That misses. Make his second attack. Also misses. Then let me see here. That's it. Both clubs miss. He comes in and he swings and you
Just like kind of like moves out the way for a second.
You move, but as you move, you watch as the club hits like about an inch shy of your scales, and you can see the shield of faith actually deflect both attacks. Like you move, you defend yourself. Obviously, you know how to move, but you can see it scrapes off of this arcane force. Like sparks fly off of each hit. But now your turn. What do you do?
He's gonna come straight down with the damn club.
Okay, roll to hit.
That's a 23 to hit.
Ooh, I need to make sure I adjust his armor class for not wearing armor. So he only has that as his armor class. Yeah, that'll hit.
So that's a 9. As I debate,
Ooh.
no, we're not gonna do a divine smite. He hasn't pissed him off enough yet.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Okay. He will take his 2 attacks. That's a miss. That's also a miss. This guy is tanking. Jesus. Same thing. He comes in with these 2 wide wild strikes, and you knock one aside with your own larger club, and then as the second one comes in, you raise your left hand and you just swat it aside with the aid of your arcane armor. That's his turn. What's your go?
That's a nat 20 for 25.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's go.
Yeah. God damn. What's the great club? D8?
It's a D8.
So you start at 8. Then just roll the regular damage. Or roll the regular damage without the crit, then just add 8.
So that's another 9. So that's 17.
Ooh.
I would say, like, at this point, like, he just cracks him right across the jaw.
Yeah, using the momentum of swatting aside the first blow and blocking the second, your free hand quickly scoops underneath. You 2-hand the club once more, and you just take this hard, like, you all hear the footstep before the swing. You hear the thud as Drakix just plants a wide stance and just golf swings this guy from lower to upper diagonal and catches him right across the face. This guy is sent. Shit, I'm gonna say gets sent backwards. It's a fucking natural 20. Give me a D4.
You want me to roll you a D4? Okay.
Yeah, roll a D4. See how far you send him.
4.
You send him 4 feet backwards. So I'm gonna round it up to 5 feet. You've sent him 1 square backwards. He flies back. Doesn't go prone, but he like stumbles back like thud, 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 thud. You can just see he is looking at the fucking stars right now.
Drake doesn't move forward. He just waits to see if he comes at him again.
You can see him just kind of like, and you hear everybody like, oh, you hear the whole crowd just react to that. And the guy like gets his footing and he blinks a couple times and he'll come at you again.
Okay.
Jesus. This one might make it. 21?
It just beats.
Jeez Louise. Of course. 3 points of damage. Bludgeoning.
Okay. It's a con check, right? Not a con save to see for
It's a Constitution
concentration
saving throw.
Okay.
No, you get the Constitution saving throw.
1 second.
You gotta make.
Okay. Nope. I still have. It's a 10.
You gotta get
Unless
you
it's
had to get
over
a 10.
10, then it's half. Yeah.
No, you had to
I
get a
got
10.
an 18. I got an 18.
Nice. So yeah, you maintain your concentration. But it's your turn. What do you do?
He just kind of like looks at where the actual club hits him. He just goes, "Oh, so you do know how to hit." And then he just 18.
Yeah, he can't save that. That hits.
And he just goes like, "This is also how you hit."
God. Yeah, how do you
For another
how do you
5 points
KO
of
this guy?
damage.
He is
Yeah, it's like
effectively out.
he just like, and this is how
Technically,
you
he's at
hit.
negative 2 HP, but he just goes to 0. So how do you knock this guy the fuck out?
He actually goes into a baseball swing,
Okay.
and he just cracks him across the ribs.
Oh.
Hmm.
And you hear a crack. Like, you're not sure if it was the club or his ribs, but you heard something snap. And he just kind of stands for a moment, just in shock, still standing, and he kind of rights himself. And this guy looks at you, Drakkix, and he like starts reaching for you. They're like, is the guy still fucking standing? And then just as he starts to raise his club, his body finally gives out. He just goes down like a sack of potatoes.
Drac is going to
just
grab him before he falls.
Okay. You snag him. You grab
before
him.
he falls. And as he's grabbing him, he's actually going to put 2 points of lay on hands into him.
Okay, so as you grab him, your left hand kind of goes to the rib cage area because you got to support his weight. As you push this divine power into his body, you feel under your left hand, you can feel a rib reset.
Yeah. He goes.
As this guy wakes up,
Good fights. Good fights.
I don't know. Oh, God.
It was like wonderful fights. At least you know how to take a hit. And go see the doctor and have fun with the rest of watching the rest of the fights. And he goes over to the girls.
Okay.
What damages am I having to fix that Drakkix just did?
It's a very good question. Roll a medicine check. I'll have Standard do his own.
Yep.
Oof. Standard's on the struggle bus too. Maybe I'm on the struggle bus.
Maybe. I don't know. You can roll
Maybe I'm on the struggle bus.
You thought your luck last night, buddy. That's all I can tell you. But I rolled a 12 for medicine
12?
check.
Yeah, that's plenty. He still has a broken rib.
Okay.
And probably a bruised
Cracked jaw.
rib.
And a cracked jaw.
And his jaw looks a little out of line.
Okay. Do I use this now or later?
Use it later.
It's a once a day ability, so
Oh.
could drop a cure wounds into him. I will drop a cure wounds into him to get more rapport with the crew.
Okay.
The crew
So you take both your hands on the side of his face, and there's just this quick snap of movement with your hands as you reset the jaw while also casting Cure Wounds.
11 points of healing to him.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, along with... Yeah, that's fantastic. So he was at 2, then 11. Is it a solid 13 now?
Mm-hmm.
And you just help him. He just gets to a chair and just sits, and someone brings him an ale. He just starts drinking it. Someone drops you off a pouch, Doctor.
How much that I've made?
There's 9 gold in it.
Hell yeah. I've already subtracted my 2, so I had 9.
But, I'm just going to roll a couple of things here. See how the rest of the fights go. Rest of the fights are pretty fun to watch. Some of them are close. A lot goes on. But near what should be the end of the board, everyone's name's getting crossed off. There starts to be some commotion, some words, and some excitement being the buzz throughout the crowd. Some of you look. You can see the Goliath form of the captain making his way to the pit. Does anybody do anything?
Fuck no.
The doctor just looks at the captain and he's gonna look over to Hannah.
Hannah is not there.
What is she? She's not. Okay.
You notice she has stayed at the upper deck back by the helm.
Okay.
The captain comes down and walks over the Drakics.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you're certainly a hell of a fighter.
Thank you.
Walter didn't stand a chance, did he? And he kind of slaps you on the shoulder and laughs.
He kind of like chuckles a little bit. He goes like, well, if I didn't have my armor like I normally wear, regardless of where I am, I'm pretty sure he could give me a run for his money.
Well, speaking of money, looking to make any?
Depends on the job.
And you see the captain kind of walk over to the board and then to where the wooden weapons are. Well, I mean, just one more fight. Who am I to say no to the crew wanting some excitement? And you start seeing them like they start looking around, like smiling, like, yeah, fight, fight, fight. Some are like chatting for the captain.
Facing off against the captain. Oh. How long has it been, by the way? Just so I could mentally calculate if his Shield of Faith is still up.
I would say, how long's it last? An hour?
It lasts.
No, it's not an hour.
1 second. Detail. No, it's not an hour. It is 10 minutes.
10 minutes now, it's faded.
Okay. He kind of looks Captain up and down.
He's a
He
big
thinks
boy.
about it for a minute. He says, screw it. So how much is it?
And he kind of looks at the board, looks at some of the numbers. Well, you've done pretty well here. 25 gold pot, winner takes all.
Fine.
Yeah, he just kind of like the crowd's like, yeah, like some ale gets spilled, tankers are in the air. It's electric now. It is just the whole ship is like, obviously there's still people like working, doing their things like that, like make sure they don't run a course. But you can start to see like Red and Eva. You look off to the side, you can see some of the ships like have a few more people in the crow's nest on the other ships, like their spy glasses out, they're watching. All right, you drop 25 gold into
That's
a pouch.
legit.
Yeah,
Okay.
He's going to.
Okay.
And I am taking it off of my sheet right now.
Okay.
Alrighty. Nobody has kind of like patched me up, right? Just to be absolutely certain.
I don't know.
If you felt needed to do so, you could have come over to me and Standard.
What do you have? What do you have? It was a small wound. Yes, he would have. Because he figured that regardless of what, he better be patched up for the next couple of fights.
Okay. Let's see.
It was only just like 3. No. If it was worse than yeah, he would have. It's fine. It's fine. But the only thing he does is, meanwhile he's waiting for the next couple of fights, is kind of like put his hand to his amulet and just mutter something underneath his breath in Draconic. This way he could regain that one spell slot he's used.
Okay.
Okay. What do I need to roll to give him back the 3 hit points he's missing?
For
He's come over to Standard and Doctor to get a
Just to
little
make
bit
sure,
patched up.
like, he's okay for the fight. Like, like pre-fight checkup. It's just like, hey, can you make sure I'm good? They're just like,
Um,
yeah, quick patch up.
You could heal him with a spell, or you could give him one of the things you've concocted recently.
I was debating on that actually. Do I know the potential side effects of this or no?
You have no idea. You've heard about him. You feel like you've distilled it out. You feel confident you've distilled it out.
Yeah, I rolled really good on it, to be fair.
You did.
So, Doc is going to give a look to Standard and reach into the bag and pull out a vial. What color is this potion, by the way?
This potion would be this. It's this interesting because of what you had to use to distill it with. It is this ever constant swirling red with little traces of this, just a faintest bit of green swirling throughout it.
This looks in top shape. And
He trusts the doctor. He trusted that the doctor will not poison him on
Okay.
purpose.
Do you drink it?
He's gonna drink it because once again he trusts the doctor. And
Okay.
after this, though, he may not.
Your roll is really good. I would say there's only a 10% chance of something happening.
So he gets, I believe we said 3d4.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
You're safe. I rolled a 77.
cool.
Oh
get-
my
You
god.
get 6 hit points.
It tastes funny. You've had health potions before. This one tastes a little minty.
Okay. Yeah, he kind of like minty. I like this one.
I'll work on some more while we're on board.
Sounds good. And then he goes back, takes the club, puts it over his shoulder, and walks into the ring.
You notice the captain has grabbed the great club as well.
Okay.
And he kind of slings it over his half Goliath, half humanoid, you're not sure of the background, form. He just smiles at you. This will be real interesting. And there's just this moment of silence. As the crowd is like drinking. There's still some bets being taken, some murmuring. And then I'd imagine there's just a point where the both of you just sink in and you just both charge at the same time.
Yeah.
So considering how close-minded the two of you are, we're not going to roll initiative. We're going to roll a d4. The higher goes first.
Okay.
I rolled a 3.
I got a 2.
So the captain just barely was a little more on the jump than you.
Mm-hmm.
He screams this horrible, loud, just guttural battle cry as he swings at you. And it misses. He comes at you, and it's this overhead attack. It comes down, and you step to the side, and the club just wham into the deck of the ship. But he's a bit quicker than what you think. He swings again. This time he connects, and he hits you right across the middle of your sternum and your upper abdomen, and you stagger back. But you take a moment as you kind of cough, you realize the shield of faith saved you. You took no damage. But it is your turn.
Okay. He at this point he was just like, huh. And he comes rushing at him.
Okay, I need you to make your attack
And
with advantage.
That's a dirty 20.
As you come in for the swing, there's something you notice about the way the captain is fighting. After the swing, he has left himself a bit open. So, the 20, that hits.
I'm dumping a Divine Smite into this.
Okay.
It's a level 1 Divine Smite, but still, you know.
No, it's good.
So the normal damage is 5.
Okay.
And my Divine Smite is an extra 2d8, which is another 7 points of damage.
Oof. All right, that recorded. Anything else?
No, that is it.
Okay. As you strike him, he kind of just tanks it. You know you hit him, but he's like, "Urgh!" And he just smiles back at you. He takes a hard swing again. $17 to hit?
No.
Okay. $18 to hit.
Shoot with oh no, we didn't say Shield of Faith was up, so his AC is 18, so that it does match.
Because you're wearing your armor right now, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that saves you on your last
He always
attack.
wears his armor.
That saves you on your last
Yeah.
attack.
Mm.
What is... I don't have a quote for me. What's the Great Club?
Great Club is D8.
1d8?
D8 plus, yeah, 1d8 plus strength.
Where's my diamonds? There you are. Yeah, this won't work. That is 6 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm okay.
It is your turn.
Yeah. That shield is going up. And we're gonna smack him again.
Okay.
He didn't leave himself open this time, did he?
He did, yes. Roll with advantage.
Okay. That is a 18 to hit.
That will hit.
Six damage.
Got it.
And that'll be the end of his turn.
Okay. I just realized I'm using a wrong modifier for this. I have not been adding enough numbers.
That doesn't scare me. That doesn't scare me at all. Holy fuck, I'm scared.
Not at all. Plus the correct numbers. That's a 24 to hit.
Fuck. Yeah?
Okay. Oh. 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
There it is. I've been looking for you all day. Natural 20.
Shit.
Oof.
15 points of bludgeoning damage.
Shitty shit.
So he comes in with the first hit and he makes an opening. He clocks you across the jaw. That dragonborn snout of yours just taking a hit. Go ahead.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Because she has subtle spell and silvery barbs, could she make him re-roll that without anyone knowing?
Yeah, absolutely. That's the whole point of having subtle spell.
Cool. Yep, she gonna do it.
Okay.
She gonna do it.
You can also give Drakkar advantage on it. As
Oh,
well.
she's absolutely doing that. Yes, she's gonna silvery it and give Drakkix advantage.
21 to hit.
That still hits. I
But
don't
it's
see that
not a
15.
crit.
I rolled 4 for the damage. So 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay. Okay, that's a hell of a lot better. Okay.
So, Drakkix, you take the first hit from the Great Club, and you're like, oh, God. And you see the next one coming in, and in your mind, you can just already envision the path. You're like, I'm stuck. I can't move. I'm not fast enough. And then there's just this strange sensation in your mind, and you are able to just barely, through adrenaline or something within you, you are able to barely move just enough to bring your club down and across your body to impact most of the blow.
Okay.
Red's just smirking.
Okay.
But your turn.
What does he do? This is
He is attacking recklessly every turn, so you'll always have advantage as well.
okay. That's not so much his thing right now. It is oh. Okay. You know what? This is what I'll do. He he's gonna go in for the attack.
Okay.
Since it is at advantage. And we will be pumping in another Divine Smite into this. So it's a 22 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
So that is 8. And another 11 damage.
Oof.
So 19 total. And then as this hits, the captain hears in his head, you know, this has been fun as it is, but I don't want to make you look any worse. So should we stop here? Because you do still have an image to uphold for the crew.
Need a D12. Ooh, nice. As you say that, you can see, you look down to where you thought you had a really good hit, and you can see his hand is grabbing your club, and it has reduced the damage he took.
Yeah, of course you're gonna. I've played a Goliath enough times. I know exactly what you've done.
And you don't hear a response. The response
Well, they never would. It's
okay.
only send.
Okay. You send that, and you can just see. That's the end of your turn?
Yeah, that'll be in the Adempus turn.
Okay. You see this anger welling up in the eyes of the captain. And for a moment, you thought you see sparks in his eyes. And then you're sure you did, as cackles of lightning begin to dance over his body as his muscles tense and his body goes harsh. And he reaffirms his grip over his weapon. But first, let me make sure I read this ability correctly so I don't misuse it.
Storm Aura.
So you see as this aura of lightning is now like striking randomly in about a 10-foot area around him. Thankfully, the two of you are in the middle of the pit, so the people around are safe. But Red, Eva, and Doctor, you all watch as 10-foot long tendrils of lightning begin to just randomly spark off the captain's body. And he is going to make his 2 attacks against you. $22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Okay.
I still maintain the shield.
Low damage roll, though. 5 points of damage. Give me a Constitution saving throw, please.
I did.
Oh, thank you.
I got a 21.
Oh, yeah. Easy. Second attack.
Get low. Get low. Come
There
on.
you are. Red, you watch as another hefty blow is coming in towards Trackix. Do you do anything?
Yep, silvery that with subtle.
Okay. Brings it down to a miss. So, Trackix, once again, you watch as the captain has hit you with like a glancing blow, and then you can see his biceps just tense heavily, and you can see like the lightning coursing through the biceps as this club is coming with your name. You swear you see your name etched in the side of it for a second. As it comes towards you, and you're like, duck, 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 please, duck, please, 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 body move, body move, body move. And your body finally responds and listens as it just goes right over your head.
Okay. So how badly does the captain look right now?
He seems all right. You can tell the crowd is getting into it. They're like, oh, stay back, he's
That
angry.
This man is a level 15 fucking BBEG right there.
Mm-hmm.
No, he's not that high. It's only a 3rd level ability.
It is only 3rd level ability. Fucking hell.
Hmm.
Waste the turn to heal, because if not, I will be going down. Fuck it. We're gonna heal.
Okay.
Because if not, I would have been going down the next turn anyway.
Okay.
All right. He does heal, but like he kind of looks as if like he tries to go defensive, but he can't. So
So he will use his bonus. Is that your turn?
yeah.
Okay. Give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
That is a nat 20 for 21.
Nice. You take half as much as the bonus.
Dang.
5.5 becomes 2. You take 2 points of lightning damage as one of the bolts just strikes you right in the chest.
Sounds about right.
And then he's going to make his 2 attacks.
Also sounds about right.
Ooh, first one misses. Second one misses. Jesus. These dice are going away.
No, just keep them for the rest of the fight.
No.
I'm kidding. Just
Go ahead and go with your turn while I find new dice. It's gonna be good to me.
No, you know you want to keep those dice. Come on.
Nope.
yeah.
Pushing dice.
It's a gambler's fallacy thing. You've been using the entire fight. You gotta keep using
Yeah,
it.
come on. Can't break the trend.
Says everyone that always switches their dice.
I do not switch my dice.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Oh, I do. Constantly.
All right. So I still have the advantage from Silvery Barbs, correct? Since I haven't used it yet.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I don't think it does it have to be used by next turn, or does it just say next attack?
Let me take a look at it.
I believe it says next attack.
There you go.
Oh, if it's next attack, then
Yeah,
I
so you
don't-
still
but
have it.
yeah.
For at least one
Okay.
attack.
He only gets one attack. We're still level
Yeah.
1. I mean, level 3, you know. But you know what?
What?
Oh no, it says as an action I imbue it, which means I won't be able to attack with it. Never mind. We're just going to fucking attack.
Okay.
That's a 23 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit. Jesus.
10 damage, which your raging is now 5. Fuck you. Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
That's another nat 20.
Jesus. Another 5 points reduced to 2, so 2 points of lightning damage. He will make his next 2 attacks. There we go. 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
Six points of bludgeoning damage.
I save on the con.
Okay. Both cons?
That was the first one.
Well, the
Oh,
lightning
no,
hit you too.
that was the first one. Yeah, 1 second. Second one now. Still, that's a 19.
23 to hit. Moving up in a
That'll
world.
hit. I still save with a dirty 20.
Good roll. 11 points of bludgeoning damage. It's a good swing.
Nah, that regardless, that took him out. He
Took
only
him
had
out?
9 left.
Oh.
He had 9 left.
Oh gosh. So as the two of you have just gone back and forth in this fight, you make this attempt to save face, not realizing what the captain still had in store. And I would say you've probably seen it, especially on the Cloud Ocean. You've seen barbarians able to influence the weather and the surroundings around them.
Yeah.
And through some, you're not sure what, you were able to dodge some very hearty, hefty hits that should have come your way. But in time, the captain finally catches you. He sweeps the legs out from under you, and in his rage, in just one motion, just sweeps your legs, brings the club up over his head, and brings it straight down as hard as he can. The wood beneath you actually cracks a bit. Just wham! As the world for Drakkix goes dark.
Yeah.
Well, that lasted a surprisingly long time. Shall we go help him out? that,
I
she
don't
will
know
move
if I want to
forward.
go over to the giant raging captain right now.
At this point, you see the captain has returned to normal senses. He's actually oddly jovial and laughing.
She walks over with absolutely zero fear and tries to retrieve her fallen
He
friend.
literally helps you.
Oh.
Like he's like you get over there, he's already has him like in a fireman kit, like over his shoulder. Actually, no, wait. Drax is a big boy. He's got him
Yeah.
up. Captain's a big boy too, but he's that big. He ain't all your cute dragonborn big. He's just big.
No. He may be as tall, but he's not as
Yeah. He gets him over next to the doctor
Mhm.
and looks at the
Spare
doctor.
dying.
Looks at the doctor
Mhm.
with this like this his brow furrows a bit, but you can tell he's like,
Just do it.
yeah.
Mhm.
There's no words, just grunts.
I actually have a mechanical question for you.
Sure.
So Wither and Bloom, this area effect I choose, and it says each creature of my choice has to make the con save. What if I choose no one to take the damage and I just choose Drac to heal?
I think the damage has to be taken in order to transfer it.
Can I choose myself?
Sure, without doubt.
Then I'm casting Wither and Bloom. I'll make a con save for Drac. You can take one of your hit dice and regain health.
Oh,
Now,
sweet.
you get a number of hit points equal to half the. Hold on, I'm misreading this. Number of hit points equal to the roll plus my spell ability modifier, so +5.
Wow.
All right, so let me roll a d10 and see what happens.
Oh yeah, D10.
Let me roll my
Pallies.
con.
Beefy
Yeah.
boys.
Yep.
Let me roll my
That is a
con.
10.
Yeah.
What?
Jeez.
Nice. Let's go.
That's a 7. So I'm taking 2d6 necrotic.
Ooh.
Dang.
So as you cast this
So wait, so how much do I heal?
you heal.
So you would get 15 hit points back.
Yeah.
And I lose 7. Oof.
Yeah.
That's actually a big chunk for me.
Yeah, that's for you. That's a lot. Are you still standing?
I lost 7 out of 18. I'm still up.
Good lord.
He's a wizard. What do you
Big
expect?
oof.
He
I'm
is
gonna-
a wizard,
I'm
yeah.
gonna meme on him the whole campaign.
Rightfully, honestly, let's see. That's one
Yep.
spell slot down. I'm gonna do it again, but before I do it, I'm casting False Life on myself.
Okay. Solid. I'll allow it.
Look, False Life. All right, 8 temp hit points. And then Drakex, do it again.
Roll another D10, buddy.
Okay.
That's 9 if I fail this. I fail it.
That's 3, so that's 8.
You get additional 8, and I take an additional 9
Oof.
damage. So I am down to 10 HP.
Well, I'm backed up to max.
And this is a visible effect as well. So the cat didn't see me hurting myself to heal Drakex.
Drakius just like slowly like looks up. He goes like,
The captain just kind of
Ow.
watches the two of you, shakes his head, mutters something, and walks off, grabbing the first mate as they talk.
eventually he just like sits up. He goes like, and cracks his neck. He goes like, I was not expecting him to use that storm.
You can feel there's still like
Oh.
some singed scales and over your sternum. You can't see it because
You're
you're
right.
armored, but it definitely feels it.
The doctor is
And
going
I
to look.
still feel like tingles occasionally too.
The doctor's going to look to you. You were coming back to the infirmary with us for additional treatment, friend.
He kind of just like looks at him, just like, this is definitely not the worst I've been hit, but it's up there.
And Drakex, get your ass down there.
Yes, I will. Let me at least go to the captain and thank him for the fight.
Hmm.
And he gets up and he actually starts to walk towards the captain.
Okay. The captain is heading back up to the helm.
Yeah, he figured as much. So he'd be heading up there.
You get up there, and there is the captain, there's the first mate, there's Hannah, and there's also the two individuals from Riz.
Mm-hmm.
Does Red see them up there?
make a perception check.
Oh, okay. That'd be a 16.
16. Yeah, so you can see him. You
Oh,
kind,
so she's following him up there to make sure.
You kind of track Drakkix.
Yeah, she's following him up there to make sure that he absolutely goes to get seen afterwards. You know,
Okay.
that's why. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so when he gets up to the captain, he just goes, Captain, thank you for the fight.
And the captain, like, he was about to start a conversation, so he sees you. Oh, you look better already.
Oh, that actually surprised me myself. I didn't think that I would be this good already.
You still need to be seen to.
I know.
Mm-hmm.
I could still feel the tingle of the captain's rage going through me.
The captain, he'll walk over to you and just put his hand on your shoulder. It was a good fight. Come back in a few years. Actually, what are you doing once we drop off this stuff at Riz?
Was probably gonna head back with on whatever ship the crew goes back on.
Well, it depends. The two ships, their agreement's only to get us there. This ship is mine.
Well,
If you plan on going back to Wingata, you'll have to catch on one of those two ships, and he'll point to the two ships flanking each side.
I would have to speak to my crew, my friends,
Well, if
and
it's
see what their decision is.
not too prudent for you to get back to that island too quick, might be a place for you here.
All four of us? And he stresses the four just because he knows the captain doesn't actually like the dock, but
You can feel his hand tighten on your shoulder.
He kind of he doesn't really
keep him on a leash.
I would do my best. I would do my best.
We'll see.
All right then. If you need a hand for anything, Captain, you know where to find me.
Yeah, the infirmary.
Yeah.
He slaps your shoulder.
You are heading to shortly.
Burn.
He just slaps your shoulder and gets back to his conversation with the other three individuals.
Can she hear anything that the people from Riz are talking about?
We'll keep your last perception check. I would say yes. It's boring.
It's boring.
Damn. It's talk about wind patterns and directions and things like that.
Okay. All right. Fine. So I'll take him down to the infirmary.
All right. Well,
as we are heading down, just because of history and everything else, with the heading, the wind, and I'm pretty sure he would have seen the map and everything that's on it during the conversation. Would he be able to estimate if we're actually on track to hit the main port that he's been to, or is it a different part of the island?
As far away as you are right now, that would be a nigh impossible task. The best you can ascertain is you are certainly straight heading towards Riz.
Got it. Okay. I just figured I'd ask, just for the hell of it. So yeah, he's gonna go with his current bodyguard / guide to the infirmary.
You're lucky I'm not saying left, right. Let's get a move on.
He does chuckle. And as he is walking, he does kind of look at her from the corner of his eye. And he just says, thank you. Nothing else, just that.
Okay. Well, that's where we will end tonight's episode. I had a lot of fun.
So did I. It was great.
I hope all of you did as
Same.
Mm-hmm.
And with that,
I definitely did.
well, we are going to close out here tonight. Thank you all so very much for tuning in and joining us. We hope you enjoyed it and had fun. If you did, we can't wait to see you next week. And also, don't forget to check out our Sunday show, where you get to see me be a player at a campaign. And also the player of Drakics. We play together on that table. So,
Yes, we gotta cause more chaos.
more chaos. But until then, we hope you all have a great one. Be safe, enjoy your weekend, and, don't forget to have fun. It's very important. Have fun with snacks.
With snacks.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Bye, folks.